How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I want to show you a couple interviews from Raoul recently. So the first interview is from about a week and a half ago when we were seeing Bitcoin around 40,000, and the next interview is just from a day or two ago. So he gives out some crazy price predictions. I want to play that for you, but I want to show what he called a week and a half ago, and he's right on talking about everything from regulation. When that clears up, Bitcoin's going to skyrocket. We had Jerome Powell say that they were not going to ban Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies. He gave a prediction that we are going to be done with that little correction in 2 to 3 days, and that's really when it was done. It might have been 3 or 4 days, but we saw a large increase in the price of Bitcoin and other cryptos soon thereafter. And he gives out a huge end of year price prediction. So I'm going to play all that. If you guys don't mind hitting the like button, I appreciate that. Please hit the subscribe button too. Now, these interviews are coming from other YouTube accounts, so I will put those in the description of the video too. And there is a link to BlockFi. In case you get really bullish from this, you can check out BlockFi, get an interest rate on your cryptos. Check it out underneath the video. Thanks.
Let's not forget, we had exactly the same issue with the internet, right? At about this time, right, 1997, everyone's like, oh God, what do we do with this? 150 million people, same number as using crypto right now. This is the Wild West. You know, who's liable for what gets published? How does this work? How do we regulate it? Well, it started with a tough line and it finished with a grand compromise, which allowed the industry to flourish. And that's the point about regulation. The moment it's cleared up, the thing will absolutely explode, because then it's going to go total full adoption. We're at the point in the cycle where network adoption is very strong. I don't see a change in that. So really it's where are we and when does this correction finish, which I think finishes in the next 2 or 3 days, if my work is right. And then if I'm right, we should start to see accelerated moves. So that's what I'm looking for, something to confirm my thesis. And my thesis is based that October, November, December are ridiculous. So I use a lot of charts for that.
What does your portfolio look like right now? I know you were kind of all Bitcoin, then you went Bitcoin and Ether. What does that look like today, so we just understand the perspective you're coming from?
My current allocation is probably 70% ETH, 5% Bitcoin, and then a tail of others. So why that allocation? It's nothing against Bitcoin, it's not against anything else. It's because I'm a financial markets guy and we use risk curves. So at certain points in the cycle, in the middle of a bull market, you want to take as much risk as possible. So you want to go to the more speculative end of the market. So firstly, you know, I isolated the fact that I thought Ethereum was going to see further flows. It's early in its adoption cycle, and that would probably drive prices further than Bitcoin, and that seems to be playing out. With the others, there's so much going on, it's difficult to monitor. So I have kind of basically a relatively broad-based portfolio to capture some of that move when the tail goes up, i.e. the furthest risk out. And that happens in credit markets, equity markets, all over the place. In equity markets, in a bull market, you tend to get the big leaders first, which is where the safe money is, the blue chips. Then eventually people move to emerging markets, and then they move to frontier markets. And it's in order to get more bang for your buck in the middle of the cycle and generate some alpha. So it's not a comment per se on my relative view on the success of protocols or something like Bitcoin. It's nothing to do with that. It's about how do I make money out of this crypto investment whilst maintaining my level of interest in the overall crypto world. And so that's where I am now. Where would it be in a year's time? Maybe it's much more Bitcoin again. So it's an asset allocation strategy to try and enhance rewards.
All right, I want to wrap up with the question we ask everyone. We need a Bitcoin price prediction by end of year, and I need an Ethereum price prediction by end of year. What do you got for us?
I was doing some work on this on the weekend for Global Macro Investor. I'm kind of thinking, I'm kind of a little bit overly bullish right now. And I think the cycle, well, no, because that's not fair, because I was looking at the cycle itself. I think Bitcoin somewhere north of 200 and ETH closer to 15K. But I think we finished the cycle with Bitcoin close to 400 and ETH closer to 40,000.
All right. So you think by end of year, we've got Bitcoin 200K or so. We've got ETH at 15K. You think end of cycle, which in your opinion, it sounds like kind of February, March of next year.
Something like that, yeah.
Bitcoin's 400,000 and ETH is 40,000.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people watching who hope you're right.
I bloody hope so too. It's not like I haven't backed my own bet. So my money's where my mouth is.
So Raoul does give that $200,000 end of year Bitcoin price prediction, which is even more bullish than Plan B. But this is their base case scenario for Plan B. The stock to flow is actually higher than that. So who knows? We might see that $200,000 by the end of the year. Now that's extremely bullish. I did a video yesterday that I will put on the end screen basically talking about what the whales are doing and showing that you don't need to put in $1 trillion into Bitcoin to make it move up $1 trillion. And I think that might help people understand more how quickly Bitcoin can move. So I'll put that on the end screen. Let me know if you made it this far in the video. Comment that down below. Let me know what cryptos you're most bullish about. Definitely check out the link down below to BlockFi in case you want an interest rate on your crypto, and I will see you in the next video.